All right, yeah, you're watching the AM show, and it's 10 minutes after 8. We want to get down and do some AM talk. My guest seated, Kwabena Amankwah is Member of Parliament for Fantiakwa North. We will be joined later on by Joseph Yamin, who's Deputy NADMO Coordinator. But let me welcome you to the show.
Thank you, lady. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Thank you.
So, you know, this weekend has all been about the NPP's manifesto, particularly yesterday. Let me start with the strategy that you used yesterday, as compared to what happened some 4 years ago. Is this the new trend, the style of launching the manifesto?
Yes, thank you very much. And I would like to say, shout out the very good morning to your listeners and viewers, especially people from Fantiakwa North, my constituency, and the South as well, because I used to be their MP for both until it was divided. Yes, is it a new strategy? Yes, indeed. As we carry ourselves along on the path of our development, we as an MPP always would try to blaze the trail by giving Ghanaians sophisticated and new ideas in doing so many things. And yesterday was one of those things that we have introduced going forward. It may change the next 4 years, but for now, this is the best for the situation.
But what informed this? Because I think initially this was not even supposed to be held in Accra.
Yes, as I was saying, our strategy are manned by able persons who are dedicated and committed to the development of the party. So they tend to follow issues and make sure that whatever is happening now, they are on top. It was changed from Tamale to here. There was this Black Star March in Tamale, which was played.
But that was on Friday.
It was on Friday, but managing the place and things like that, we thought maybe it would be too cumbersome for those who will arrange and prepare the place. But all the same, what we did here was something that we can commend. Everybody can commend that it went well and that we strategized well, and that coming here was well also informed.
We've been playing back to you highlights of some of the speeches delivered at the manifesto launch. We've heard Dr. Bawumia really strong this time around. I mean, he's like a full-blown politician now. And when you listen to him deliver his speeches, it looks like he's trying to pull the very ordinary people along and carry him along with you guys. You guys seem to have made a very good choice in the running mates.
Yes, of course. As I told you, Nana Akufo-Addo is generous to listening. He listens well, and he plans not alone, because it said that if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with them. Nana is with the entire party. They plan everything together, and they make sure that they give Ghanaians and the party, for that matter, a very good representation as a party. That is why Bawumia was maintained. He's a fully blown out politician now, as you commented, and so it is in many homes, and people are discussing that, yes, with Bawumia in the seat behind Nana, our economy will go places. Looking at the profundity of our structural problems, you need a person like Bawumia, Dr. Bawumia, to be in the seat and champion the cause of economic development.
When you look at the crowd at the rally, because there was the highlights, which was indoors, and then you came out for the main rally, the numbers that we saw, does that, I mean, you've been in this game for a very long time. You've had huge numbers in the past follow you, but they didn't necessarily translate to votes.
Yes, you know, but this time around, everybody can feel that we need to change this government, right? There's a miasma of a whole change concept that people are feeling in the system. So people there were not buzzed. The people from within this region right? And
people were not bussed.
People were not bussed. How many buses did you see packed around? Unlike when NDC is having a rally like this, you see the buses packed behind, waiting for people to convey back.
So you're saying that all the persons we saw yesterday were from the Greater Accra region?
Over 99% came from the Greater Accra region.
Really?
Oh yes, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, if you were there, you could have, even watching from your television, you could have seen that. Not many buses were seen there. People were genuinely there. They came all the way from their homes. They came all the way from their homes. I would like to congratulate NPP members who were there in their numbers. People are suffering.
So these are your members in the Greater Accra region who showed up yesterday to support you?
They represent, they give a fair representation of our people in Greater Accra. Yes, indeed. People were there in their numbers.
So you didn't bus people there?
Not at all.
But what's wrong if people came from other constituencies, other regions? After all, this was a national event. I mean, this for the party.
No, but you know, we told people, not if people were to be bussed from the regions. No, even some would not have been hearing the mic speaking from where it was. We knew. The survey told the management team that, no, don't bus. People within Accra can fill the place. And that is enough.
Really?
That is enough. Yes, that is enough.
That sounds a bit surprising because this was a national manifesto launch.
The numbers you saw there. But we are representative for our constituencies. I and my chairman, we were there. Right? We were there. Myself, my chairman, my secretary, and my organizer were there.
But you didn't necessarily have members, you know, like ordinary supporters from your constituency
join? No, before God and man. I never passed even a head from my constituency to the place. And so it is to majority of our people. Except those who thought maybe they could come and see what may be happening on their own, but not on busing system. Normally we use the Tata buses of the government, right? The Akufo buses to bus people. Did you see them in their numbers there? No, not at all. But that is what we use. That is what we use when we are doing a program like this.
Let me just welcome Mr. Joseph Yamin, who's Deputy NADMO Coordinator, to this conversation. Good morning. You don't believe it when he says they didn't bus people there.
What do you see here?
What do you mean? Oh, but people
maybe
your cameras,
your cameras may capture.
Yeah, my cameras.
Maybe they have to capture.
It can be
explained.
If people are coming from Teshi, no. If people are coming from Teshi, can they bus themselves? No. Where was this bus from? No, tell me where the bus was coming from. No.
We were waiting for a comment like this
instead
from
of commenting
then
that
we
you
start
did a
flooding.
good job.
We start flooding.
That is why I don't.
So my camera is ready to take it now. If you can show it.
No.
But this is one bus.
No. He must explain where the bus was coming from.
Yes.
Showing a bus like this with a picture like this alone doesn't speak that we bus people. People could.
I thought you said no. Walk to the place.
But this is one that has Mr. Jaco's picture on it, right? So it could be coming from
that is
his constituency.
Oh, so his constituency can't walk to the place. He has to bus them.
How can they walk from Legon to the place? But no, how can my constituency people, right, use the banner of a Jaco on a bus? My constituency people.
I am not talking about your constituency.
No, but this is Jaco is bearing this picture.
Yes, but I've not said
Jaco is here, and his place is far from the grounds.
Oh, is that so?
Oh yes.
So what he means is they didn't bus people from other regions.
We did not. There. If you were to be showing me a bus from or a picture of a candidate from Northern region, Eastern region, Central region, or Western region, I would have sided with you.
Let's hear him.
That is why
I
said that we were waiting for comments like this from you. Then we'll start flooding. So don't be surprised. We'll start flooding the pictures on social media. I came from Ashanti. I followed them.
No, they can do it.
Only.
No. This is on spot. Tomorrow they can have a bus, have a banner. It is their stock in trade.
But they are not MPP. Why would they put MPP banner on the bus and take the pictures and put it on social media?
Because
but I want us to hear him. Let him land, and then
You see,
it's their stock in trade.
You see, you deceive not only yourself but the public.
No, they have an invited tendency to always overlook the obvious. I mean, why should you do this? Give me a bus that bears the banner of somebody from other regions.
Honorable, please, let's
you shouldn't have done this. You shouldn't have done this. Bringing a bus of a Jakun here to show that we bus people, whereas a Jakun's constituency is within Accra. No.
So let's hear his explanations. Let him land, please.
If even Accra, they have to get the whole metro mass transport to bus people to come. How much more those coming from Ashanti?
They didn't
you say that they come by their own buses. They took public transport. On the way, unfortunately, there was an accident from Kumasi coming. But a car full loaded with NPP support. The bus is still there, just on the way.
Where?
I mean, before you get to the Linda Door area, it's there.
And they told you they were coming from. You asked them. I mean,
you see,
he works with Nadmo.
This is.
You see, when you want to paint a picture, like Honorable is painting,
I'm not painting.
You
I'm
are
telling
only
the
misleading the people out there.
Look at that.
Nowhere, not. I mean, in Ghana alone, that you will have a manifesto lunch, national manifesto lunch, and you say that your constituencies will not be represented.
A representation candidate.
And when they are coming, how do they come?
They did not come in their
I think the clarification is that they were representatives, but they were not.
They
didn't
buzzed.
bring people, a lot of people to the event. They only brought
this
certain
car
officials.
This car
It's
that
within the region. It's in Accra.
But if in the region you can bus, if in the region where they could walk from Lagos to Trade Fair, that somebody who is determined to go for the manifesto lunch can walk, will take from that Lagos person to the or 3 cities. I mean, how can to go? The MP will have to put a whole bus, decorate it with his banner.
Yes.
Before people can be brought to Trade Fair. Then you say those that came from Ashanti region. They did not
come with buses. We did not tell them to come with.
So I see that you will certainly not agree on this. But what do you think about? They had huge numbers. They had a fantastic launch. Would you agree?
Talk about that.
Is it surprising that the biggest opposition party will have such a number? Have you watched the other small political parties do their lunches? If NPP in Greater Accra had more than 1.5 million votes, I mean more than 1 million votes, then you say that even Greater Accra cannot pull such crowd to that place.
You are saying
then
so.
You don't understand politics. This is the biggest opposition party. But I'm not trying, I'm not I mean, here to agree to a point that this crowd was bigger than that of the NDC lunch.
Oh, far bigger.
Who can?
Far bigger.
Who can convince anybody that the crowd you saw there was bigger than that of
far
the NDC?
Bigger, far bigger.
It comes nowhere near. But we are not talking about crowd. We are talking about what transpired there. We are talking about your ability to be able to convince the people who watched you. People who did not turn up for the rallies but watched you. That is the most important.
But I'm not sure there's anything that MPP will do that will convince you, Mr. Yamin.
The same way that nothing that the NDC will do convince the honorable member.
If they do well,
you get a point. But the point here
for me, if they do well, it can
if
convince.
If today the MPP are confident because they saw such numbers and they think that that is victory for them, then you are misleading because we saw greater numbers.
No, we have never seen such numbers. No,
that this.
No.
In fact, in 2012, why didn't you go to the stadium and fill stadium like we did? At least people will have seats and you can quantify, be able to say that this number. For instance, in Cape Coast, 15,000 capacity stadium was full.
The people that came,
people were, I mean, overboard. So you could easily sit down and say that a minimum of 15,000 people.
It's a crowd of about 100,000. And you are talking about 50,000 stadium capacity. Over 100,000.
What you are talking about is assumption. You are only assuming that this crowd is a size of this. But what measure did you put to get that crowd? I saw the crowd and I wasn't expecting anything less than that. Especially when they've starved for this for quite a long time.
Don't you mind they've starved for this?
Yeah, of course. I mean, the last time, that was in July. I was with the honorable member for Bantuma constituency, Atadum, I mean, on Adum Bejum. Then he mentioned that they were launching their manifesto on the 13th of September. He was a member of the manifesto committee. That was in July, August. That they were launching it in September the 13th. Go back there and pick it.
For about
and so if you have, people expecting this, and now it is clear they can do it, they can't do it.
Look at that.
You get people when finally it's coming on to troop, especially when the NDC launched a manifesto, launched a campaign which all the fanfare,
the
when
crowd
people
has been unmatched in recent times.
I want us to get into some of the issues. I'm not sure by now we all may have absorbed the full text of what the manifesto is about, but there were a few highlights. And something that Dr. Bawumia was, I think, one of the names that will continue to be in the news for a very long time, linked to the manifesto launch. Honorable Asimah, this issue about the president stopping himself from embarrassing, cautioning the president, if you like, from embarrassing himself further because of how the interpretation of the Moody's ratings, whether it was an upward rating there, because I think for about 2 weeks or last week thereabouts, there was the reports that ratings had actually put Ghana on a stable rating. And he said largely that had been misunderstood by the president.
When we talk about Moody's and their ratings, we can very well say that where we fell to as a nation, right, and where we have come to, is nothing to celebrate with a pomp and pageantry. Not at all. We don't deserve where we are now. That is all that Dr. Bawumia is saying. With the arsenal of resources that we have now in our country, we shouldn't have even been in the region of that a B minus at all. At all. People like countries like Togo and Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire, look at their ratings and look at the ratings of Ghana. We have oil. Look at our gas is flowing. And all the other natural resources that we have, plus our men in this country, plus the loans that we have borrowed. Why should we be rating a B minus down there? Right? We left this country for NDC when the nation was in the lower middle income. Where are we now? What is our debt to GDP now? Are we happy with this rating? Should the president be happy with the rating now? Not at all. That is what we are saying. We don't deserve there. So if you are there and people are jubilating, they shouldn't jubilate at all, because we don't deserve there.
But if there's an adjustment to the ratings, whether it's stable or it's an upward adjustment, shouldn't or it's shouldn't or it's upward adjustment.